RTK's like a dog. Time moves differently for him.
That's a good explanation. Yeah, I like that.
That was a good one. I can't fathom the idea that you consider 4 hours to not be long.
Yeah, in my mind, that's crazy. Like, you get in your car, you drive for 4 hours, you get out the other side and go, that was quick, wasn't it?
You know, I have this thing when I'm driving, it just kind of like, I don't really remember the trip whatsoever.
That's like a medical condition.
That's fantastic.
Like,
How did I end up here?
No, there's a thing. It's like highway hypnosis or something like that, where you're an autopilot.
Yeah, that's where when you're driving down the highway, Dr. Strange shows up in the passenger seat.
I have a bargain.
I wish you'd done that, and then you got to where you were. You're just like, how'd I get here? You drove here? No, I don't remember that.
No, believe it or not,
wait a minute, hold on. We gotta pause.
I used to sleepwalk when I was a kid.
That's neat. Did you guys, wait, okay, that's another tangent I want to get onto, but something is happening in my chat where, like, Lauren is threatening to come to my house and make me watch The Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is not that good, alright?
Lord of the Rings is pretty good.
It's good, but it's not worth more than one watch, I don't think.
The Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? Well, I mean, it would be my first watch, RTK, so.
Well, you've never watched Lord of the Rings.
I'd rather watch 3.5 hours of Lord of the Rings than 4 hours of Justice League.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch 3 hours of Lord of the Rings than just be in my car for 4 hours looking at the highway.
Absolutely, yeah.
Anyways, the tangent I wanted to get on, when you guys were young, like young, like a little kid, were you ever like terrified of the concept of falling out of the bed when you were a child, even though your bed was only like 2 foot off the ground?
I wasn't terrified of it, I was just aware that it would happen.
There was like a month or two, like I was always like cognizant of the fact that it could happen and it scared me, but there was like a month or two where I was like afraid to go to bed because I thought I was gonna roll out of bed and fall 2 feet.
And be like, this is my doom.
Yeah, I will die.
Well, this is how life ends.
No,
is this where your fear of heights comes from, Kea?
No, that's completely separate.
My my one for bed was when I was young, I was like terrified of like things being under my bed, as you would as a child. So I had this like toy plastic sword.
Yeah.
That I got into bed and would lean against the side of my bed, and in my mind I was like, oh well, the monster will try and crawl out of the bed. He'll hit the sword will bonk him on the head, and then he'll run away. And I couldn't sleep unless I set up this elaborate trap.
This elaborate mouse trap to stop this imaginary demon.
I couldn't sleep, otherwise I'd be like, I didn't set up the sword. The monster will get me this time. There's nothing to deter him from eating me.
I have 2 phobias. An irrational one of bridges for some reason. I just hate bridges. Yeah.
Now, is a 4-hour drive long if you have to go over a bridge during it?
Oh, hell yeah!
Is it just
jeez. I hate
just
bridges.
The construction, or is it like Jeff Bridges as well, and you don't like him?
Which is why I was like, yeah, Jeff Bridges too. Any bridge, honestly.
What about the board game?
Because my wedding was on a bridge.
What about wait, your wedding was on a bridge? Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, I know. Adriana picked it, not me.
What if you wake up one night and your wife is a bridge?
Oh no. And then I have a phobia of blood. I hate blood a lot.
That's fair. I get like creeped out by blood, but I'm not like afraid of it.
I have this thing.
Strangely, like if it's my blood, if I see blood coming out of my body, like I have a nosebleed or something, I'm just like, huh, how about that? But if it's like blood on someone else, I'm like, oh dear.
We just got the mummy ones.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Pheromone.
When I was a kid, I was like, I used to ride a bike, right, and I'd try and do tricks on it. I tried to do like a front wheelie, and I like slid and skid my nose to my forehead.
Oh!
And then I'm like, oh, I'm completely fine. I'm just gonna lay it off and let it get bandaged real quick. And then I'm like, I'm gonna go play catch with my older brother. He threw a ball up real high, and guess where it hit? No, mine! Square in my nose, and then it bled constantly for like 6 hours, and then we went to the hospital.
Sounds awful.
And then
6 hours a long time.
When you're bleeding, yeah.
I can't, dude. We gotta talk about we're gonna have a conversation about RTK's Judgment of Time on Project Winter next week on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a long time for RTK.
One Project Winter stream is not long in RTK's world.
No, not when I'm playing games.
Liam, no more kills for you.
Dude, I haven't been attacking the pheromones for this very reason. I've just been standing still.
Genius. Is this? I want to know for anyone else who's afraid of heights, either in call now or in chat, I'm like, how well did we do there? Yeah, we beat our time by 1:40. Let's go.
Not bad.
But we gotta get we gotta have like 10 minutes left on one of them.
Nobody leveled up though.
But anyways, what was I saying? Being afraid of heights, like, for other people who are afraid of heights, is it like the concept of being up high that scares you, or is it when you're up high and look down? Because I'm only afraid of heights when I look down and see space between me and the ground.
Yeah, that's the same as my dad's. My dad has a fear of heights, and he's like, if I don't know I'm high up, I don't care.
Yeah, even if I know I'm high up, I'm fine until I look down.
Like my dad has no problem flying. Like he goes on like 4 or 5 holidays a year to fly to different places, and he has no fear. But he can't have a window seat, otherwise he'll freak out.
Yeah.
Because he will inevitably see how high he is and be like, I hate this.
Yeah, because like I used to like climb trees and stuff when I was a kid, you know, as kids do and whatnot.
I used to love climbing trees.
Yeah, dude, good times, right? But you know, stuff like that. I could be up in like big buildings and stuff, and I'm fine until I look like out a window and look down, and then I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like.
Now, question: should Shroom digivolve now, and then we make our way back?
I don't think so. I think we just save.
Because we don't all have to digivolve on our save files, do we?
No, shouldn't have to. I don't think so.
Because it's our character that gets saved, not our save file.
That's not the
case.
But
also look at it this way: if it is that you have to digivolve in your own save, he unlocked it. That just means we have to load his save and digivolve him, and then save.
Do we have to go talk to the person? They're like,
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, well.
I don't think so. I think we're fine.
Oh, Lauren agrees with me about bridges.
I mean, dude, I will never be, like, unreasonable with someone when they say they just have a phobia of something. Because you know that you shouldn't be afraid of bridges, right? But you just are.
That's a phobia. Being afraid of something that's potentially irrational.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I have the same thing. I have a phobia of frogs. Theoretically, I understand there's nothing to worry about when it comes to frogs, really. But when I see one, I'm just like, yeah, I need to get out of here, like, real fast.
Liam knows my big one. My big fear is needles.
Yes.
As in the injecty kind, not the sewing kind.
Ah. Hypodermic needles.
Yes, hypodermic needles.
Like a lot of people are afraid of those.
Yeah, if I have to have like a vaccination or something, I'll be fine going to the place, and then I'll get there and I'll just freak out.
Dude, I'm not like afraid of needles, but like my brain is afraid of needles. Cause like when I started college, hit return to lobby RTK just to make sure that it like goes through. Hit start Shroom. All right, we should be good then. I'm gonna close the emulator.
Okay.
But anyways, so, like, I'm not, like, actually afraid of them. I had to, like, get some kind of a shot for college or something because I was homeschooled before, and there was, like, hey, you have to have this to, like, go to a school. So, when I was going to college, I had to go get a shot, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be no problem. And I sat down, and the nurse said, like, I need you to hold your arm still. And I was like, yeah, no problem. My arm would not hold still.
Yeah.
No matter what. I ended up getting pricked with the needle like 4 times because she missed like 4 times because they had to call in another nurse to hold my arm down. And I was just like, I'm sorry. I don't know what the deal is here.
Have you guys ever had your blood drawn?
No.
I don't think so,
Oh,
no.
it's awful.
I never will.
I donated plasma one time, and it was crazy.
Have you had what? Plasma drawn? I've never had plasma taken. I have blood taken.
Isn't plasma just in blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the same as taking blood.
Taken all the time.
They take the plasma, they put it through a machine, they take the blood out of you, and then they put the blood back in you.
Yeah, I have blood. I have blood taken
really
from
quickly before we continue our podcast, the game is open for everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, RTK, you're in control. It's your save.
Oh, I'm player 1. Whoa.
Yeah, you're in control.
And well, yeah. Last time I had to have any kind of injection was when I had a kidney stone, and Liam was with me at the time, and the nurse, who was, bless her, she was fantastic. I was like, look, here's the deal. I really, really don't like injections. She went, oh, no worry, me neither. I went, what? And then she did it.
I like to imagine that it's like you're having your first baby, and then like Liam is there holding your hand as the.
He was holding my hand because I'm that afraid of needles.
That's amazing, dude. I love that.
It was awful. I hated it.
My wife specifically has Oh, go ahead, Liam. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I didn't like needles, and then I was just kind of forced to with the amount of them that I have. So
Yeah, you have to have a lot.
anytime someone's like, "Oh, I don't like getting blood taken or seeing blood or whatever," it's just like I'm desensitized now.
Mm.
My wife has a specific fear. I don't know where this came from, but you guys are all level 24, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you keep using the stupid force move that doesn't give you any experience for kills.
Look here.
Join us anytime on level 24.
Her rational fear
You've still
is
got the starting
anyone
two spin-up
chasing
caps.
her, and therefore she's afraid of Pac-Man.
Wait a minute, what, Liam? What did you just say?
You still got starting soon up.
Oh, I do. You're right. Thank you.
That's okay.
Sorry, what was that RTK? Go again?
Her irrational fear is of people chasing her, right?
Sorry, I wasn't moving.
Wait, no, RTK is going to have to talk to the person.
Oh yeah, he's got to talk to the person to unlock his Digivolve.
Oh yeah.
And
You're right. You're right.
Because of
Hey,
that,
wait a minute, really
she's
quickly.
afraid
While
of
we're
Pac-Man.
there, I wanna
Afraid of
see
Pac-Man.
if I can access where Garurumon.
That's
Yeah, that's a good.
that's a thing.
Yeah, it's
But
odd,
she
right?
doesn't like people chasing her.
Yeah. It doesn't
Okay.
matter what the situation is. If someone's running
Is it
towards her-
only people, or like what if a dog chases her?
I don't know.
Well, you
I've
got
never
something to
had
test after stream. Let your dog loose and see what happens.
I don't think she'd be afraid of her own dog. Maybe
You talk
it was
first,
like a
RTK.
stranger's dog.
So yeah, I mean,
No, I've
there's-
already talked to him about this. I've
Oh,
already
I
talked to him.
understand. Okay, so now I'm super sure that you can Digivolve at any time because Shroom, when we first got to level 16, he just never happened to talk to the Digilab person.
Yeah.
Is what it did.
'Cause I
But
got
just to
there
be
after.
sure. Yeah, there's where Garurumon. We good. We good.
we good.
Let's go, boys.
Yeah, I have friends that are like I have two friends that are both scared of the same thing. Which is people in like mascot costumes.
What?
Yeah.
Did they ever try to play Hitman 2?
No, but it's just like people who are in mascot costumes or dressed up in like those big costumes of something. It's like I
yeah.
hate
no,
it.
It's a legitimate fear for like a bunch of reasons. Like it's like, oh, I can't see their real face. I don't, yeah, and stuff like that.
Does that
There
like
can
carry
be an
over? Is
irrationality
it
behind
only
it, but-
if a person is in a suit, or are they like terrified of like the wacky inflatable arm man?
No, it's just like if it's a person in a suit. If they know it's a person in a suit.
Yeah.
The other one,
That's what
and
I
then
have.
I have another friend that takes it even further.
I'm
where
starting to not believe Liam because he has to have a lot of friends for this story to check out.
That's
But
true.
She didn't like people in suits, but then she specifically didn't like it when people dressed up in mascot costumes, and she thought they believed they were that thing.
That's their persona.
Yeah, basically like, so if someone was dressed up as Mickey Mouse and they were acting like Mickey Mouse, she would be freaked out especially. She'd be
Oh,
like,
dude,
"I
they
don't
must
like
be
it."
they must be horrified of that like C. Nanner's gassy Mexican video.
I just want to give
Yeah,
you a hug.
yeah. But it's just like, she's just like, they believe they're Mickey Mouse, and I hate that even more.
That's what truly makes it worse, is that they believe the lie they've construed.
Yeah, that's it. She hated it.
I have never heard of something like that before. That's wild.
The furthest
Yeah.
it went was there was a man who was literally wearing a banana costume, and she was like, "That person thinks he's a banana, and I hate it." I was like, "How? How
That's
is that?"
that man,
possible?"
RTK.
I'm a banana.
Shroom!
Just
Yeah,
getting
no-
the experience. Just getting the
Yeah,
Yeah, you
experience.
just gotta get that whack in, yeah.
The difference
Yeah.
between them
Yeah,
and me is I know my delusions are not part of reality, alright?
Oh, I have my fear is I hate like small rodents.
Oh yeah, Liam really does not like mice and
Like,
stuff.
I hate mice. I
Oh,
hate
my
rats.
sister is the same way. We had mice in our house this past winter, and my Shiba Inu is like, he's really eager to like try and get a hold of him, because, you know, he's like a hunting dog. And when my sister saw them, she like freaked out. She had to call her friends to come and take care of them because I was like streaming at the time. And like she was literally like, I came downstairs after, and like her friend, they had caught it in a mousetrap, and her friend had like put it in a bag to take it out to throw it away. And the
Ow.
friend was like holding the bag. You couldn't see the mouse in it, but he was holding the bag up. He was just like, "You want to see it before I throw it away?" And my sister was like, if I see that mouse, I will literally begin to cry and like break down into tears. She cannot handle.
My mom is the same way
I will
with
just
spiders.
yell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard it happen with my headphones in, listening to music.
Yeah,
I
like I,
don't,
will just yell.
Liam does. It's fair. Like, there's no shame in this at all. Like, if it's something you're afraid of, then it's something you're afraid of. Nothing
Yeah,
you
I
can do about
mean,
it.
we had our disclaimer at the start here. You know, phobias are exactly that. We know that it doesn't make sense to be afraid of it, but you are.
Just freaks me out, man. The way they run around along the floor, their little eyes. Oh, I hate them. It's just like even like people who keep them as pets. I'm like, what are you doing? You're weird.
I'm the same way with people that keep snakes as pets. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Do you guys have the tryptophobia? Fear of holes. Many
I have
tiny
what?
holes and stuff.
Do I have a
Oh,
fear
I've
of the
heard of that.
movie?
I
Do
don't
I have
have
fear of the movie starring Shia LaBeouf? Is that what you're asking?
And the holes
I wouldn't
move.
call it a fear, but they do like they look uncomfortable. Like it,
They sure do.
When you say hole, what do you mean by hole? Do you mean any circular, like, thing?
So, imagine kind of like,
Or do you mean like
I
a
don't know.
pitfall?
More
No,
like
just like a
little
good-
cluster of holes. So like
Yeah.
kind of how a strawberry looks like on the outside, a little bit.
But like if you
Um,
imagine it was just like it was like you couldn't see the bottom of it. It's
Yeah,
like little black holes kind of thing.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be afraid of, like, the concept of
it's
holes
definitely like kind of disgusting sometimes, but you know, other than that,
Oh, not that way, my
we
bad.
alwaase do this.
yeah, we do.
Dude,
Every
I'm
time.
on autopilot. I'm on autopilot. I'm way more focused on, like, what we're talking about and what the tangent to lead to the next thing should be.
This is supposed to be autopilot. Have you seen what we're doing? This does not require any thought.
Yeah, not really.
No, because the holes thing is totally legit. 'Cause it freaked out a bunch of people when the iPhone 11 came out, and because it's got the 3 cameras on the back,
Yeah.
and people are like, that just kind of triggers my whatever the word for it is. that RTK
Tryptophobia.
said. Tryptophobia. Yeah,
Tryptophobia,
that just like that kind of sets it off for me. It's just like 3 holes gathered tightly, and they're just like dark, and I hate it.
Did you? I like to watch these videos of like strange historical facts and stuff, right? Did you guys ever hear about mass dancing hysteria, where whole
Yes.
towns
That
danced
sounds very
until
familiar.
They
Yeah, I
died?
heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Everyone just started breaking out into dance. It started with this lady, and she just started dancing for 3 days straight, and then other people joined in, and then like they literally danced until they were exhausted and died.
Mm. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
That
Yeah.
is actually crazy. Yeah.
And I guess there's also another type of delusion where like it usually happens with couples, right? A couple, one person usually develops this delusion, and then it can be passed on to a person. So there's
Yeah, I had to learn
family-
about this for my degree.
Yeah, there's this family in Australia who just all of a sudden believed the mob was after them, and they completely just abandoned everything for no reason, and like traveled to some, I don't know, park or something, like 12 hours away or whatever, and they don't even know why they did it.
Well, I
This
mean, they
is
know
like-
why they did it. It's because the mob was after them.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
like the
links into
kids
one of
didn't
my-
remember anything, why they even went. They're like, why am I here? What am I doing here?
This links into one of my favorite things, which Dave would be able to give the name of. I always forget what the name of it is. But we have this thing in England, and if anyone in Chaos's chat is from England, you'll know exactly what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I know where you're going with this.
It can't, like we have. You guys call them Lays, but we call them Walkers, like the crisps, like chips.
Yeah,
like-
chips.
Yeah.
But Lay's
Yeah.
potato chips for Americans.
Yeah. And they have colours. Like the pack colour depends on what flavour it is, and people up and down England will swear to you that the salt and vinegar flavoured crisp used to be in the blue bag. It never did.
That's
But
the
so-
Mandela effect.
It's
Yeah,
Mandela
that's
syndrome.
Mandela.
I love that. I
It's
love
the Mandela
that
effect.
happened.
Like, I don't remember who Mandela is. He's like some, like,
Nelson.
politician.
The
Nelson Mandela.
politician in Africa.
South
Yeah.
Africa, and people are convinced that he's dead, that he died.
Yeah, but he did.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's
I
like
absolutely love
the
Mandela
other
effect.
big example is the Bearstein Bears. Like, the way you
Yeah.
spell their name.
And like everyone's just convinced they're right, and they changed it at some point, but they never did.
There's now this is the thing. There's a disclaimer in the Q&A on the Walkers/Lays website addressing this very thing. Like, and they say it's all a falsehood. Like the salt and vinegar crisps were never in the blue packet, but like I remember them being in the blue packet, and I'm one of them. I remember it. I swear blind, I remember it.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
I
that's
love it.
the Mandela effect. Yeah, that's not just a British thing. That's known in America. They
Yeah.
teach us the Mandela effect, like, in psychology courses.
Oh man, it's one of my favorite
And
phenomenons.
then, you know, there are some people who take it even further, that it's like alternate dimension theory and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
I
mean,
love that.
that's always cool.
Yeah, it's a neat thing to ponder. That, like, you can... people have the Mandela effect, like Shroom just said. And it's like, well, Shroom, that just means you came from a dimension where that is true. But at some point, the dimension of you that is here, like, switched to that other one, and you switch places or something.
Yeah. That's what they
I don't know
say.
if I'm doing anything down here, but boy, howdy.
String
I'm doing
theory.
it.
Boy,
I've always
howdy,
been
I'm
interested
trying.
in string theory, because string theory is like, I don't know. I just like to look up random stupid things that interest me.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely,
but,
dude.
You know, it's just string theory has always been one of the ones that I've always thought, well, that seems pretty valid if that's like an actual thing, because there's a lot of like science that they put some thought into. There's also the whole thing where people think, oh, this world's a simulation or whatever, which I haven't looked into at all, but it sounds interesting.
It sounds interesting, but you know.
But
I know.
who knows?
I'm knowing I'm doing something, so I'm looking at my kill count, and every now and then it just jumps up by 2.
He's got a
Every
lot
now and
down
then-
here.
Yeah, every now and then it just goes up by 2.
Remember,
from me
we
just
can go
standing
down
kill
from here.
whacking.
Oh yeah, it's another one. People are like, the old Mickey Mouse design had suspenders, and then it's like, no, it didn't.
The Mandela effect is one of my favorite ones, where just so many people.
It's
are
actually
convinced
the
themselves
best thing about the
that
Mandela effect is it's crazy how many examples of it there are. Because like you would think, you would think the Mandela effect there would only be 1 or 2 examples of it, but there are multiple that stretch across the entire world and thousands to millions of people.
It's genuinely like fascinating. Oh,
It
I
is.
got chaos again.
Oh, there's also like I also like to read up on old like declassified CIA stuff where they did like really screwed up stuff, and it's just like not.
What? Our
Like-
government corrupts?
I know, it's just crazy, and then these documents are declassified.
It's more
and people just
likely than
act
you
like
think.
They don't exist.
Yeah.
Like there was one where they tried to do brainwashing. I think it was called like MK Ultra or something. And they
Yeah, they
experimented
watched
with,
that
like,
one episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then they were like, yeah, we could do that.
They experimented with like stuff using LSD and like hypnotism.
There was no
and
storming
it's
of the
just-
Capitol in Washington D.C.
Probably. You know, that's crazy. People are
I'm
doing
surprised.
that.
I was about to say I'm surprised none of us fit 25 yet. Chaos did.